They are at the start of their journey, they think outside the box, and they often come up with bright ideas. Their projects are innovative, they are a new generation of business people, and their distinguishing features are creativity and enthusiasm. This is the world of startups, the program about IT developers and the industry of startups.
Hello, this is the world of startups, and I'm Serhii Kakishev. A week passed by fast, and it's time for a new edition of our program. Watch on this edition. Tesla, the famous scientist, is now a name for an electric car that is getting popular with customers in Kazakhstan. New technologies in street advertising. Watch a review of the most creative advertising campaigns. The long-awaited electric car race with Tesla vehicles has recently taken place in Kazakhstan. You might be surprised to find out that in the country there are more than 20 of these premium electric cars, all equipped with the latest technology. Our correspondents learned how these cars are fueled and serviced and where these services are available. Watch trends. The Tesla electric cars have generated a lot of buzz despite being soundless vehicles. The internet is full of video clips showing test drives of these popular race cars, and very often the cars named after the Serbian physic perform on par with conventional race cars. Today on Kazakhstani roads, more than 25 Tesla cars can be found. Depending on how sophisticated the model is, its cost varies from $60,000 to $100,000. The vehicle capacity is 450 HP, which allows the vehicle to reach the speed of 100 km per hour in just 3.5 seconds. Before this car, I had a Porsche Cayenne. When I was driving the car, I had a few problems. One issue was the amount of fuel I spent on it. In order to fuel the vehicle with petrol, I had to spend about $500, considering I have to drive to a lot of locations around the city because of meetings. The second problem was the actual issue of this car. On average, I had to spend 100,000 tenge for services. Here is the parking lot. Over there is the plug-in. The electric vehicle can be plugged in practically from any socket, and depending on the electricity capacity, the charging of the car batteries may take from 5 to 15 hours, which is enough for the car to cover 450 kilometers. The full recharging of the battery will cost about $3.5. Compared to the diesel engine, one may save up to $45. By the way, the vehicle computer remembers the places for recharging and then shows them on a map of your city. Compared to internal combustion engine cars, the construction of this vehicle is quite straightforward. At the bottom of the body is an accumulator. In the rear axis is the motor, as large as a melon, is a control block, the panel computer and a sensor display that allows the driver to manage the computer. On a tap, you can change the settings, regulate the consumption of energy, switch on warming of the driver and passenger seats. From time to time, one has to update the insertion. For example, the update to version 6.2 will allow the vehicle to gain the speed of up to 100 kilometers, a lot faster, in just 2.7 seconds. And one more important fact to consider, the chassis part of the electric car makes up about 10% of the whole metal part of the vehicle. They are parts from a Mercedes Class E, so this means that spare parts for the vehicle will be easy to find in the town.
Я живу в горах, и каждый день из окна вижу огроменный смог над нашим городом.
I love our city and wish there wasn't any smoke here. I believe there will be a day when all the cars in Almaty will turn green, so there won't be any fumes in the air.
Либо в один день отключится и не будет заводиться, либо все будут ездить на электромобилях. За электромобилями будущее.
Our correspondents have told me that soon on the streets of Almaty we will see electric vehicles made not only by famous brands but also electric scooters made in Kazakhstan. And it is worth mentioning here that these scooters, from the design to the engine, will be the product made by Kazakhstani engineers. This electric scooter for a city ride that has an unusual construction has been invented by Kazakhstani enthusiast Tair Belbaev. He says when he was designing the scooter, he wanted to embody a light motorized bike with fast acceleration. It took them 1.5 months to design it and $8,000 of personal investments.
мощность 800 ватт и 1
Its capacity is 800 watts and 1 kilowatt at its peak. The battery value is 1 kilowatt per hour. Well, it's enough for a steady speed for traveling around the city during a day.
В принципе, хватит на средний пробег в городе ежедневный.
Almost the whole body of the scooter is made of aluminium, which makes it quite light, about 30 kilograms. To make the electric bike more steady, it has been given wheels with tires of 12 inches wide and 15 inches high. And they are not just ordinary wheels, they are smart ones with sensors tracking the movement and speed.
Из электронных устройств здесь установлен
From the electronics, we have a smart controller that allows the rider to regulate the speed at a wide range. It allows you to switch to different modes, soft, medium and high modes of driving.
средний и более жесткий режим вождения.
The new scooter has already found its first customer, although it hasn't got through the necessary tests yet, so it's difficult to say what its highest speed it can reach.
Очень необычные, потому что
The scooter leaves quite an unusual impression. It accelerates fast, not typical for mopeds of this type for a scooter like this. This is related to the peculiarities of the electric engine. It is surprising to discover that it gains such a high speed to move in the urban environment. At the same time, it is light and easy to ride.
по городу, но при этом очень легкий, удобен в управлении.
The scooter engineer is planning to set up production at an industrial scale from the autumn this year. The cost of this scooter will vary depending on how sophisticated it is and on the customer's wants, from $800 to $2,000. For the recent few years, a lot of brands have been learning new technologies to apply them in marketing and advertising solutions. In particular, interactive billboards with sensors are getting more and more popular. They are sensitive to temperature, some react to viewers' attention, others help car drivers find a parking lot, and some even make the viewer yawn. We have prepared a review of the recent examples of this technology that have peculiar properties and extra functions. In a Brazilian underground, chain of cafes Café Pelé has placed billboards with sensors that react to movement. When passers-by walk past them, a character in the billboard starts to yawn, causing the viewer to yawn too. Then the image changes to a picture of the cafe inviting visitors to try their coffee. A company manufacturing shampoo and cosmetics products for hair has set a billboard that reacts to a train arrival in a Swedish metro. Every time the train arrives at a station, a model's hair in the billboard starts blowing in the wind, leaving an impression that the character in the advertising is a reality. Sports brand that produces Powerade drinks has set billboards in German cities in a form of gym facilities to allow anyone to use them for exercise. Among such facilities is the one to measure the power of the boxing punch and bars for gymnastics. Charity fund Women's Aid has placed a billboard with an image of a woman with bruises and with words "Look at me." The more viewers are attracted to the image, the less bruises the woman has in the billboard. In this way, the organization wants to draw attention to the issue of violence against women in their daily life.
In England and Wales by
Adidas has released its official film advertising their collection of running shoes called Supercolor. This collection of 15 different colors in this campaign features Pharrell Williams. The company emphasizes the wide range of colors in this campaign for its produce. In Berlin, for instance, the company set a billboard in partnership with a local mobile operator. When a person uses free Wi-Fi near the billboard, they appear on the company's official promo site, where the person is offered to choose their favorite color of the shoes, and then these shoes immediately appear on the billboard in the real-time mode. Well, that's all for now. I'm Serik Akishev, and you've been watching The World of Startups. Follow us on our pages on Facebook and vk.com to find out more stories. See you next week on Kazakh TV.